has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Smackworth here, bringing you another speedrunning video here. This is a sub 9 Truth and Reconciliation that I literally just got a couple minutes ago, and I'm watching it back for the first time and decided to throw up some commentary up on this video because I was going to upload it anyways, because I'm going to be submitting this to HaloRuns.com, the main source of all Halo speed running content. And I think the final time came out to be 8 minutes 53 seconds using HaloRuns.com rules. So even though the in-game time displayed at the end of the mission is like 8:51 or something, that's not how it goes according to HaloRuns.com rules. So my goal for Truth and Reconciliation was honestly just to get a sub 10, but I ended up blowing that completely out of the water, getting a sub 9, which felt really good. And this is my first time watching it back, and so I'm hoping that it's not as sketchy as I'm afraid it's going to be. Hopefully it's pretty clean. So far, all the combat hasn't been too bad. There's been like a few slowdowns and stuff, like right here turning around to shoot grunts and everything. And coming up on a really interesting section here, probably one of the most fun combat sequences in the entire game, especially with a speedrunning context. The gravity lift here, where there's going to be 8 waves of enemies that drop down from this gravity lift here as soon as these jackals die. And so basically the strat is just to throw a nade as they're coming down, just like this, and then snipe the elite. And I think I messed it up just a little bit. You're supposed to kill every enemy like literally like 2 seconds after they spawn, but it looks like I slowed down a little bit here because it looks like I didn't kill all the enemies in that last wave there, and had to get more nades anyways, so I guess I decided to use that time where they weren't spawning to grab some more nades there. And so basically they just spawn whenever there's one more enemy alive in the area, and so you can kind of manipulate the spawns a little bit if you keep 2 alive. So there you go. Yeah, that was all 8 waves done pretty cleanly. Really good players don't have that hiccup that I had. And then next is the hunters, which looks like it was another hiccup. I lost like it looks like 10-15 seconds to that second hunter. Ideally you just kind of shoot the first one and then turn like 180 degrees and shoot the other one and just one-shot them both, but got slowed down there a little bit. And this next part coming up is the reason why I think Truth and Reconciliation is pretty much the best speedrunning level in this game, and I think a lot of Halo CE runners would agree that this level in particular has a healthy mix of out-of-bounds tricks like this here, a very difficult out-of-bounds trick using very precise lineups, and a healthy mix of things like this and combat, which you saw at the beginning of the level. It's just like 4 minutes of just pure undiluted savagery, shooting aliens, no remorse. So much fun. Really hard though, really hard to do cleanly. It's really kind of hard to tell just from watching the playback, but there's a lot of movement required in order to get away cleanly during the combat at the beginning section of the game. And now just doing like some out of bounds platforming, in which there's kind of like invisible geometry that you can walk on just as long as you know where it is. Took a lot of practice to get that down, to memorize where all the invisible spots that I could walk on are and everything, and then get back into bounds later on in the level, skipping a pretty large portion of the mission, some pretty difficult parts that would take quite some time and be quite dangerous. And we go straight to the hangar, and then here's, I think, where I start to kind of mess up a little bit. Everything up until here has been pretty clean, just with like some hiccups, like some slowdowns. But here I pretty much completely fail a quad grenade. I'm supposed to stick myself there and go all the way to the 3rd level, but luckily I was able to kind of salvage it and use a triple nade jump to get up to the 2nd level there, and then do 2 more grenade jumps to get back up to the 3rd level. So actually a little cleaner than I remember it being. And now some more combat here. Fun little room here where you just clear out 3 elites and a bunch of grunts and a jackal. And this gold elite here can kind of troll you sometimes. Like, ideally you want him to just bum rush you so you can just kill him immediately, but here he's kind of like hiding behind pillars and giving me a hard time and stuff. And I kind of got a lucky nade there, so I didn't have to worry about getting a headshot on him. And then we just move on to the next room. Luckily I was able to save that nade jump. I kind of remember being really sad when I didn't get the stick and I didn't get the full quad and nade jump all the way to the top. But at least I was able to salvage it and kind of get away first try. Get out of that hangar first try anyways. Not do the whole trick first try, obviously. But it was good enough for this run anyways. So, I mean, there's plenty of time to save here. And we're just about to get to the prison section. Just kind of wandering around the hallways right now. I just know exactly where to go. You know, I've played this level a million times at this point. I know exactly how to traverse these hallways and what enemies are going to be around what corners and everything. And here in the prison section, I can tell that I'm playing so safe because I'm like so nervous, because I know I have such a good pace, and these sections can be pretty dangerous depending on the RNG and just your game awareness and everything, and combat skills. Like, it can be dangerous. Enemies can take you out. More Marine killing here. You kill so many Marines in this level. Not as many as I killed in my Halo run, I think. The Halo mission. But quite a bit of Marines. Quite a bit of Marines die in this level. And then I get a really lucky keys AI here. Like, the progression of the level can kind of go faster or slower depending on Keys' RNG AI, for how fast he moves down the hallway and everything. And I had to betray my teammates there in order to make Keys mad at me. As you can see, if you look at the radar, you can see that he's a red dot, so he's an enemy right now because I killed his Marines and he's mad at me. So what that is going to do is skip some dialogue at the end, because he's supposed to like have some dialogue at the end and take some time to talk to you, but since he's mad at you, he doesn't want to talk to you, and so the level just ends. And there it is. So yeah, on MCC time it was an 8:50, but according to HaloRuns.com time, which is what I'm going to be submitting it as, is a 8 minutes and 53 seconds run. And yeah, there you have it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Silent Cartographer coming soon. Peace.